Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the November 5th edition of Barely Necessities, where we discuss the latest kind of Disney merchandise that we're seeing on shelves. I'm the co-founder of Laughing Place, Rebecca Mosley, and our site manager, Rebecca Burbank, is with us as always. Becca, how was your weekend?
It was good. I'm participating in a event series, and so we had an expo this past weekend, and we had a really great time. Lots of people were excited. Our event is called Running from Yeti, and so we have have a Yeti out on the course. It's a winter race, and people were like so thrilled by this concept. So I'm very excited. I had a lot of fun. How was your weekend?
Mine was fun. The executive leadership of Laughing Place got together over the weekend. We had a couple of meetings, and we also had some fun. I got to spend a little bit of time with Kyle because of that. He was there with my husband and our CEO Ben, and it was nice to get to, I realized during this weekend I've talked to you week after week together, and then we brainstorm outside of the meeting and whatnot, but this was my first chance to really get to know Kyle. It was a blast. So we had
Awesome.
some Vegas fun. We saw Back to the Future the musical, among other
Oh,
things.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. Let's see, but we're going to talk about some merchandise here, and we're starting off because it is the month of November with Veterans Day around the corners. Some merchandise honoring our veterans.
Yes. I actually kind of feel like it's
And military.
appropriate with election day too. I don't know
Yep,
why. Just
totally.
very like American.
Hmm.
So, yeah, this is not at Disney store yet. I don't know if it will be, but these are at the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort.
And so,
I Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's the focus is on honor,
Mhm.
and they've created this camouflage look, but with that little bit of Mickey hidden inside.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a clever take on that, I think.
Hmm.
I like the I do like the, spirit jersey.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not military. I don't have any military, family members, so I don't think I could actually get away with wearing something like this, but if I were, I think I would, go for that spirit jersey for sure.
Yeah, it's real. I agree with you. I do like it. I do like how they've leaned into that kind of that military drab olive green look
Yeah.
there. You have the cap and water bottle along with t-shirt and spirit jersey, and like Becca said, we've seen these at the parks only so far, but we'll keep an eye over on the Disney store to see if it hits shelves there as well this month of November. The team over at Shoe Palace are celebrating Toy Story. Once again, this is the group that recently highlighted Coco.
Yes. Yeah, if they wanna do Pixar stuff, I mean, I'm all for that, right?
Exactly.
I'll always love some Pixar merchandise. This is very simple, kinda keeping with the, like, classic Toy Story logo, just, very simple imagery, but I like it. I think it's smart and it's fun.
I agree. You've got a lot of variety, a lot of the main cast of characters there. Even as you saw a little bit of Stinky. Oh man, I just wanted to call him Stinky Pete. It is
I
Stinky
think
Pete,
that's
right?
right. He's the
Okay.
prospector. I think that's right. I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to run through all other names in my head. I'm like, "No, I think I would say Stinky Pete."
All of a sudden I doubted myself. I'm fond of this one with the neon outline
Yes.
of the little green men. They also have a similar dynamic on like sweatpants,
Mhm.
open leg sweatpants as well. So if you are a fan of Toy Story, be sure to hit this article and make your way over to Shoe Palace. Want to remind you that when you are shopping, if you stop by Laughing Place and make your way to retailers through us, we do let you know when we're receiving an affiliate commission on that, and we appreciate the support. No cost to you, but it does provide us a little bit around these parts to keep things running. Austin Henry saying, I found some Toy Story merchandise, so I'm glad you did. and hope maybe we just showed you a little bit more.
Yeah.
What do we have from World? Okay, I pulled up so many images from this thing because they're fun.
Yes. So we've talked about several of these collections. We've been writing about these collections since they started dropping last month, but these are actual in-person photos. Our team got to go to World of Disney at Disney Springs and take actual pictures, and it's so cool to see this stuff in person, or to see what, like, even a photo of, like, okay, this is what the display looks like. This is gives you a better idea of what the merchandise actually is. And I'm, again, impressed with this collection, or with this series of collections.
I love that the Stitch holiday sweater has little twinkle lights in it, so it will light up. And this I'll call it velour. I don't know technically what material it is, but it is that softer plush,
Mhm.
and you can't make it out as well kind of on the monitor here in front of me, but the image itself on my screen. So if you go to the article and click on the image and it's larger, that actually there's Mickeys hidden within that plushness.
Yes,
So they've done a nice job with the design there. And this elf Stitch, he's adorable.
he really is. Like, yeah, just popping out of the Christmas gift there, which is popping out of the pocket of the hoodie. So,
But
well, double whammy.
however, this item, Becca, gave me an idea for a new segment that I'm gonna have to talk to you about for next
Okay.
year. We'll have to, but the general notion that hit my mind when I saw this was having something like, does this go on your wish list or would you
Okay.
be returning it? So it's like,
Ooh. Yes. Okay. Okay.
because I was like, because when I looked at this, I'm like, I'm not even sure if I was given this that I
If
would embrace it. It's just a little too much for me.
Yeah. And I, like, okay, I don't think the hat, like the ball cap itself, I don't know what I would want to put on there. It's probably better that it's simplistic, but it does feel like it's missing something. Like, it's
I
just a plain hat. I
I
don't
don't,
know.
yeah, it's almost like I wish there was an enormous, like, maybe Stitch head, like, under, so it was almost like it was a hat of Stitch wearing a hat.
Okay. I could see that. Yeah.
But somehow just the hat with the hat and the ears isn't connecting with me. Geo jumps in, "I'd wear it." Okay, see, there
Okay.
you go. Doobie
So
says,
there.
"I'd return it."
Okay. Doobie would return it. Gio would put it on his wish list.
So there you go. And check out the Crocs in the background too.
Yeah.
They got
Yep.
those look fun, but they got a lot going on.
They've got too much going on for me. I
Oh,
don't have anything in my wardrobe that I could wear them with. Like, this would be a one-time thing, like, at the Disney parks, and while I'm sure they're comfortable and it would be fun, I'm not willing to invest money for, you know, the one time I'm gonna wear them at the park.
but I want this.
Yes, these are so cool. I love these. They're the light up holiday decor. There's 3 different sizes. I believe this is the large one. And I don't remember how large exactly, but this is the large size. There's different, like, I think 3 different lighting settings so that you can decorate how you want at home.
And it's nice to see larger items coming back because they
Mhm.
used to, back in the mid to late 90s, they used to do these items called big figs. And I was not independently making money, right? That was, I was just beginning to kind of be under my own roof to where I could spend that kind of money if I wanted to because it was my money.
Right, right.
But now that I have, they went away when I started to have my own job and my own budget, my own fun money. But I'm hoping that some of these bigger items, like we saw Halloween time, the wreaths, and now we're seeing this and kind of this larger Mickey statue and whatnot. I'm really hoping that maybe we'll see some of those kind of big fig dynamics come back. I want to say this is a cookie jar, Becca.
Yes,
He's so
yes.
cute.
I'm pretty sure that that is. I like
And
that.
holiday mug. the pretty bowls. We've just blankets, pretty much everything that we'd been seeing at the Disney store.
Mhm.
Holiday. We're now seeing make its way to the shelves over at Disney parks. So if you are heading to the Disney parks and would prefer to just bring it home in a suitcase, make sure you have space for it.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I
just
feel
to let
like
you know.
I haven't been there to compare the prices, but I feel like sometimes there are items that are less expensive in the parks than they are online, but then you have to figure out how to get them home
Hmm.
or to you. So a lot of times, like if you're purchasing on Disney Store and you're hitting that $75 uh, price point, then you can get free shipping. Whereas you're not going to get that at all if you're if you're buying stuff at Walt Disney World. Or like you're saying, you have to fit it in your bag. You might have to pay the fee to bring a carry on or to check a bag.
Exactly. And this is that adorable advent calendar that we had talked about earlier in the year, little wishables.
Mhm.
Advent, and finally a magical tree topper featuring Chip, Dale, and an illuminating snowflake. So lots of Disney holiday items making their way to the shelves now that Halloween is done.
I know.
Goodbye. We close the door. We are it's in the rear window, and apparently nobody wants Thanksgiving merchandise, so they don't really have a Thanksgiving merchandise window. It's just Halloween to Christmas.
Yes, I know, I know. My mom would be disappointed because she's a big fan of Thanksgiving. She's like, "That's my holiday." I'm like, "Okay."
Me too. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe we'll see a few autumnal items pop up that aren't specifically Halloweeny. Maybe, but for now, it's all about the red and green and the snowflakes. Over at Shutterfly, Becca, you found you were
I
highlighting some items. This is Matt.
Yeah, Maxon found this. Yes. So there's some you can do some personalized Shutterfly books and calendars and all sorts of different items with some Disney characters as well. So this is that licensing of the character imagery and then the designs that Shutterfly has put together uh, for their various products. Yeah, we've got Mickey and Minnie, we've got the Fab Five, Disney princesses, and Winnie the Pooh, and then also just some straight up Mickey Mouse. Um, I think this is fun, especially if you're someone who likes the idea of like putting together a scrapbook or like a memories book, and you don't have the you don't have the Photoshop skills to like put together all the Disney stuff. You can do it officially, and you can make something that's unique to you, which I
One
think is
of
fantastic.
one of my peers out here, she does this annually for her kids. Every year for their birthday, she gives them a little book like this that's kind of just, a few, I want it probably 12. I want to say kind of representative of what they've done over the course of the year. And she gives that to them each year on their birthday, and it's a really special way to look back at what you've done over the year, and then obviously when they grow up and leave the house, that's a nice keepsake that they can
Yes.
take with them and share with their significant other and with their kids. It's one of those things. So I just thought, now that we have so many pictures everywhere all the time, the notion of just kind of gathering a few into a special album, I think, is once again becoming more appealing because we just have so many.
Right. And like scrapbooking is a lot of fun if you have the time to do that. This is like this is going to hold up a little bit better than a scrapbook
Mhm.
because you're not going to be tearing pages or run into colors fading on your photos or anything. But um, yeah, and it's
And the
fun to
ones
put
she has
together.
they're nice hardbound, and the cover is nice. So she actually has them kind of set up on the shelf facing outward. And so when you walk in, you kind of are you can see the various ones from the past few years. She puts certain ones in front. So yeah, it's a nice kind of coffee table or
Yeah.
nice display item of itself, with the album as well as what's on the inside. And now you can add some we wanted to make sure you knew that you can add a little bit of Disney to the design as well. The team at Disney is highlighting their gingerbread items in a Disney Eats collection. I love everything about this.
I know this is a great way to lead into the wrap up for for the year. We've got one more collection after this. I can't believe that. I can't believe we're already coming up to the end of the Disney Eats Snacks collection. And I think s'mores is what December is going to be. Yeah, this is really cute. Gingerbread, and this collection is like a return to the full collection. I think we had 2 or 3 months there where we were just getting like the backpack and the ears, and now it's like, okay, we've got the water bottle, we've got the backpack, got the ears that look like those classic gingerbread cookies that you make yourself.
Okay, I love everything about this.
Yeah.
I know it has the red and green colors, but I don't celebrate Christmas. So the fact that this is lacking the Christmas trees
Mhm.
is so nice. It's so nice. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it's wishing you happy holidays, but like you can anybody can enjoy gingerbread.
So it's really nice because I feel like sometimes I get kind of locked into since I do celebrate Hanukkah, I kind of get locked into you have to you have to wear something blue.
Right.
So
Right.
so I am grateful because I love ginger. Anybody who knows me knows how much I love gingerbread this time of year. Okay, I may have to get myself a spirit jersey. This
Well,
is so cute.
it is cute and it's fun for cosplay.
Yep. And like I say, it says happy holidays on the back, and the ears themselves are adorable too. So there you go. Nice collection of gingerbread items from Disney Eats. Now prepare yourself. It's about to get very pink around here. Hello
Yes.
Kitty.
Yes. Yeah, we got to throw in a little bit of non-Disney merchandise. And there's a couple of things that Universal this week that I was like, no, let's talk about this.
Just love how pink that is.
I do too.
There's no way you're
It's
gonna miss that walking through City Walk.
right. Right? Yeah, 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. So good to know she's a bit older than me. I'm relieved to hear that. It's always
Oh
nice when the number is like a bit above yours.
yeah, okay, I can't say that, so I'm just gonna sit here quietly.
I don't mean that in I, yeah. Okay, foot in the mouth.
I got you with that one. But no, this there's a lot of the Sanrio items that you can get in this beautiful little shop that's popped up now. I will admit that I was not a Hello Kitty uh, purchaser in my youth. I was a My Melody.
Okay.
So I picked up a lot of My Melody items over the years, and so seeing My Melody represented here. Also enjoyed Twin Stars as well. So happy to see them up on the shelf. I feel like I had a bubblegum scented little Twin Stars eraser.
Eraser. I was gonna say it's got to be an eraser because all
Eraser.
of this, everything about this makes me think school supplies and scented in like the best way.
I loved. Do you remember? I mean, okay, it was like the biggest deal because it had the pencil case where you would push it to a pop open, as opposed to just
Okay.
like a zipper bag or whatever. It
Yes.
was like a little plastic thing. You would push a button and it would pop. Like, yes.
Yes, it's so much fun.
So yeah. So there you go. The little things that made you happy when you were in the classroom all day. So over at Starbucks, they're going to be celebrating the upcoming film. If you haven't heard yet.
Yes, I'm very excited for this film. I love the story, the musical, I should say. I have not read the novel, so I should clarify that. But yeah, I think there's Starbucks is going to have a separate line, but these are items that are going to be at Universal Orlando and Universal Studios Hollywood. These are exclusive to those locations, and it's kind of in line with that like been there collection that we've seen, or it's their Discovery series. I'm sorry, it's their Discovery series. But yeah, Emerald City,
Munchkin Land.
Mhm. And
and
Shiz University,
yeah,
where Elphaba and Glinda, or Galinda, then Glinda, meet for the first time.
yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of cool locations from the story. I love how colorful everything is, and we always like the color on the inside too. You
Oh,
can't have that one,
okay.
Rebecca.
It's
You
new.
can't have that
I'm not
one.
allowed to buy that one. I could buy this one, but the flying monkey scares me, so I can't buy that one.
Aw.
And this one is nice. This one I could buy, except confession time.
You've never seen Wizard of Oz?
I've seen Wizard of Oz. It is not my favorite movie. I had a nightmare and almost rolled out of a second story window that was near my bed, so I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, but
That's very dramatic. Like, my
yeah,
goodness.
but I am so over this already, and it's not even here yet. I was
Aw.
just telling Ben that the other day. I forget where we were, but we turned a corner and there was some wicked thing. I'm like, I am already over this, and it hasn't even arrived yet. However, with that said, I do think the Glinda sparkly with the topper that's like the magic wand, like her.
Mhm.
Is that her magic wand or is that her
She has a
orb?
I
I'm
think
guessing
that's
it's a
more of
magic
the
wand.
the wand. Yeah, her orb is a little bit more like a bubble,
I
like
love that,
an
and
actual bubble.
I love the pinks and oranges swirled in the second one as well.
Yes.
So yeah. So
So
I'm
you haven't seen the musical either? You haven't listened to the musical? Oh, oh. I was when it came out all those years ago,
yeah.
20 some years ago, I was like, we don't need another Wizard of Oz thing. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh, I like this. And then I just, yeah, totally became a fan. I've seen the show 3 times, I think. And yeah, it's amazing. It's
Um, like Geo, yeah, no, exactly. Oh no, I know Geo. Everywhere I go, it's Lego. It's no matter what it is, they threw that Wicked right on it. As Juby points out, it's popular. Really,
yes,
you don't say.
gotta be popular.
I will say that it has forced Kristen Chenoweth into my timeline a little bit more, and
Okay.
no complaints with that.
Yeah,
I
no,
I
she's a
I
gem.
she's just I think she's just adorable. So the fact that she's been popping up more frequently because of it is fine. Even though I know she's not, she was one of those who originated it. She's
Yes,
not in this particular she's not starring in this particular
right.
creation, passing the baton, so to speak.
Yes,
Um,
to Ariana Grande of all people. So,
yeah,
yes.
so I'm excited to see how its reception is once it's actually here and people are able to see it, because that's hard.
Yeah.
Because people like you have seen the production 3 times, multiple times on stage, and
Yes.
anytime you bring something from stage to screen, that's a very different kind of medium. So I'm interested to see its reception. Let's see. Talking about transforming. One of the things that we've seen in recent years is a transformation of familiar goodies. In this case, we're talking Oreos. Did you know you can personalize Oreos?
I did not. Now I do. This kind of feels like the M&M's stuff that you could do like at the M&M's, the various M&M stores where you can put your face on them or whatever. But yeah, Oreos with Disney characters, Mickey and Friends. Very colorful.
A
I
variety of messages are available. You can go with an anniversary set or a birthday set or just a generic set, but with the Disney characters, you see here also where it says upload image. So if you wanted to do this
Mhm.
if you didn't know you could do this with your own photo and then a message for it, it's not inexpensive.
Right. But it's one of those gifts that is really going to wow the recipient, especially if they like Disney and if they like Oreos.
Yeah, for 100%.
And it's
So
not
what?
something that everybody will be getting each other. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's a uniqueness to this.
And so we wanted to make sure that you knew about it, that you as Disney fans were aware that you could have a Disney character put on a on the Oreos. You can get a variety pack with
Mhm.
various characters, or you can just go with a singular character. And like I say, they have anniversary messages or thank you or happy birthday or just the character. So you can head over to Laughing Place, we'll have the link below, and learn more about how you can customize your Oreo cookies with something they call Oreo ID.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. It's quite interesting, but I guess that makes sense. Like, yeah.
It does.
And on the website, it says to sign up, be the first to know when we add even more characters. So potentially other Disney characters will be joining this lineup. But yeah, we're starting with Mickey and Friends.
And we've been talking a lot about Christmas. So obviously, this would be a nice housewarming gift if you're going to visit family or friends. Bring along some unique Oreo, and a little bit of a conversation starter. So something to make things a little bit more special. Continuing with that theme of the holiday season, want to remind you about Toys for Tots.
Yes. Yeah, the Ultimate Toy Drive is on now, and over at Disney Store, there are 13 toys that you can purchase online, and then Disney will donate them. So you don't actually get the two Toys for Tots. You don't actually get the product. It doesn't come to you. You don't have to go drop it off at a distribution or at like a one of the Toys for Tots boxes. You purchase it, and then that gift is going to go to a child who could really use a cheerful Christmas. I'm putting this here with our transition from Marvel into Star Wars because we do have a couple of Marvel items on there, and I believe there's a Star Wars play set. There's also some princesses. Just an interesting lineup. I'm I feel like last year they had more toys,
Yeah.
so maybe
I
they'll be adding more as we go along. But yeah, it's just a nice thing that you can do for a child who might not be able to have the same Christmas experience or holiday experiences
And
the rest
and
of
it
us.
is a long time partnership with Toys for Tots.
Yes,
If you wanna learn more about that, be sure
very
to
yes.
check out the article, learn more about the history of, Disney's relationship, with Toys for Tots. Over in the world of Star Wars, we have a lightsaber set. Sorry, I keep leaning over, but part of my screen is, like, covered weirdly, so I have to put my
Oh,
over to be able to see stuff. But, prior to Kylo Ren, there was the leader of the Knights of Ren, who
mhm.
was known as Ren, and this is his helmet and legacy saber. This saber is beautiful, but just, like, creepy.
Yeah, no, I agree. So these items are coming to Disney Store, though, or Galaxy's Edge, and then Disney Store on Life Day, I believe.
Yes.
So this is not available yet, but yeah, like I love the idea of a box set there or the keepsake box for the lightsaber, and then what an interesting looking mask indeed.
Mhm.
I've not read this series, the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book series, and yeah, where we're introduced to the character of Ren. But seems quite interesting. Seems a little dark, and
Mhm. And this news came from the series writer Charles Soule,
yes,
his socials. So it's neat to see the way over the years that the way news is getting out has changed. When we've been writing about the Disney company now for 25 years here at Laughing Place, and, initially it was a matter of finding a publicist, getting on a list. And while such dynamics do still exist and are still part of it, you also just have things like this now, where the comic book writer, he has a following. They know he has a following. Obviously, that's who's going to be interested in this item. So
right.
they provide that information to him, and he shares it with his readership. So I don't know, I find that kind of stuff fun and fascinating, and just such a difference from when we were first doing all this. So
Yeah, it is like you're saying, it is interesting how it's changed, how we communicate, how, you don't have to. I mean, there's still people still use press releases, obviously, but
Yep.
sometimes it is as much as like we're gonna start with the tease on social or just a picture, like just portion of an image, and you're like, what does this mean?
Yep. In our case, long time ago, we had very active discussion boards, and sometimes news would pop up on there, and people had handles, and you had to, after a while, you kind of learn who you could trust and who you couldn't
Mhm.
on there. And so, looking back on it, you kind of wonder, like, I wonder if they actually worked like inside,
Yeah,
if they were like a secret insider account or something. But at the time, you never, you didn't, it was like one of those things you just didn't ask. The
right.
information was out there, and some people had better track records than others. But now you go directly to they go directly to their own writers and let them share it. I really like that. It also rewards those who are paying attention
Mhm.
to the writer accounts or that kind of thing. So you get, the super passionate are the ones who kind of get the first hint of something fun coming in an area that they might be interested in. As many of you know, Doobie and I were just at Oulani, and I thought I'd share with you a little bit of the merchandise items that we saw there. They actually had 2 stores right off the lobby. This one featured higher end stuff. This is where you found a lot of like Tommy Bahama branded items, Pandora Charm, celebrating Oulani, Minahuni Loungefly was in there, as well as these beautiful, I want to say, I'll call them house goods. So you had the salt and pepper shakers that kind of look like the Oulani main building, and various a bento box, and I'm gonna call it a Mai Tai pineapple, but
Ooh,
so yeah.
those are really pretty. I like the colors as well.
Yeah, they did a lovely job with these items. These are the closest I came to bringing something home. I didn't end up actually bringing home anything from Oulani. As we go through, I'll kind of explain why that ended up happening. But over by the pools, they had something called the Lava Shack. And in here is where they did pin trading, and you found more typical Disney, I would say Disney parks, Disney store type merchandise here, along with a lot of swim gear. So if you'd forgotten your swimsuit or got there and realized your kid didn't fit their swimsuit anymore, you can get them a Disney swimsuit there. And then off the main lobby was this shop with, once again, you had a mixture of very familiar items. And here's where you found things like Olumel and Duffy, represented in a variety of ways. And Stella Lou is the cat. Oh no, this is Stella Lou. Haha, I finally remembered right. With Oulani. Um, so yeah, for me the challenge is that I tend to like a simplicity in my souvenir as far as the visual goes. And so I wanted a coffee mug because I like to
Mhm.
have an item that I'm then gonna end up using quite a bit. I did like the mouse ears that look kind of like a woven,
Like, yeah,
a
like a hat
woven
or
one.
something, or like
Mhm.
an actual it's a hat, but it looks like another hat.
Mhm. And then it had the Aulani logo on the back. But I was really fond of this logo. If they'd have had this logo on a coffee mug,
Yes.
I would have ended up bringing it home. They did feature it on a few items, like this little suitcase that could fit as an underneath the seat item, but their coffee mug instead was this, which is sweet, but a little too, I don't know, just not what I'm looking for when I'm
Mhm.
reaching for my morning coffee. Like something a little bit more subdued. Hence, you've noticed this is my Disneyland Paris. See, Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
Simple. That's tend to what I embrace. But they had a variety of items and patterns with that Aulani, even reaching into the very familiar 2024 line that was really bright
Yeah.
and colorful.
I didn't realize they had one for Aulani. That's very interesting.
Yep, it features Mickey, Minnie, Stitch, Olumel. I think maybe Duffy pops up on there. I know a Dole Whip pops up on there. And then this is the variety of t-shirts designs that you could that you could find there as well.
I kind of like
So
that, just the simple Aulani with the leaves and is it hibiscus flowers like that.
yep,
Yeah, that's probably my favorite of those designs.
yep. I would say like that Oulani, even the yellow with the sun
Hmm.
or the Mickey in the bottom, any of those on a coffee mug, I'd have gone home with as well. But they didn't have any of those. And while we were there, they weren't selling refillable mugs
Oh,
because our assumption is because the machines were down. So when the first day we were there, I want to say only one of those machines was operational. So there was often a queue. And so I'm guessing to deal with the consumer interest in it, right? They stopped selling the mugs, which makes sense.
right.
Um,
Yes.
and then by the time we left, they were all behind a rope. So yeah, so we ended up leaving. I ended up leaving without having purchased kind of an Oulani souvenir. So I was like, okay, because nothing jumped out.
Right.
But yeah, what's funny is I've been looking on eBay now and just kind of I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's been something in the past. So I'd be
Hmm.
entertained. And so far, nothing's really jumped out at me that would have been like, oh yeah, if that had been on the shelf, I would have picked it up. So I guess my taste doesn't fit the typical um, visitor. They want something more fun and playful. Uh, I want something more zen and
Yeah.
chill. So
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think I would have come home with many of those items.
um,
Maybe that shirt.
So now we're gonna hop on over to Becca's shopping list and the things we haven't talked about today, but you can read more about on Laughing Place.
Yes, we have, of course, a ton of new arrivals over at Disney Store, including some new pins. There's multiple holiday collections, some jewelry items as well. And then there's much more coming this month as we get closer to the winter holidays. Uh, we talked about the Moana 2 toys. Alex had put together an article. Maxon has an article for us as well with some other items that were revealed on GMA. So there's a lot to check out there, especially if you're excited for this film. Over at Disney Store, they have an advent calendar pin set. So if you're into the advent calendars, this is pricey collection, but it's actually like you get a pin every single day. I believe there's 24. So this is perfect time to purchase it so you can get it for your December advent countdown. A couple weeks or no, not a couple weeks ago. Last week there was a part of the 31 days of drops. We had a new Munchlings Deliciously Disney series, and my favorite of that is the Mickey Mouse Monte Cristo. So if you like Monte Cristos and Mickey Mouse and you want to see what it's like as a micro plush, this is the collection for you. We previously talked about the Vera Wang wedding ears. Well, they are now on display at World of Disney, and we do have pictures of that. I believe it's Disney Springs. And then also Hanukkah collection. We've talked about that, but again, it's nice to have those photos in person. You can see what it looks like. That collection is available at Magic Kingdom. Just today, we learned about Regal Robot starting a line of their prop replicas from the Indiana Jones films. So they have very many. They have many items. They're very detailed. That stuff's going to be coming soon. Over the weekend, we had the Roosevelt's Star Wars Golf Collection. This one kind of plays off of Empire Strikes Back. So there's new gear for all you golfers out there. And then the Anakin Skywalker Legacy lightsaber is available now at Disney Store. But we were able to reveal that exclusively here at Laughing Place. And Mike C has an article about that with a little bit more history of Anakin and the legacy lightsabers in general. So fun stuff to check out.
Over at Laughing Place, there's been a good deal amount. Yeah,
I know,
Rebecca.
like, yeah. And I just caught a typo. It's been one of those days.
But the candy canes over at Disneyland, the distributions have been announced, and we've got Magic Kingdom displays of Hanukkah merchandise, Disney lacers popping up at Paris, all kinds of things have been popping up on the site just today. So wanted to be sure to let y'all know to check out Laughing Place if you're particularly interested in Disney parks information, because we do report on all things Disney. When you read an article at the top, there's a tag. It says Disney Parks. If you just bookmark that page, then you'll get the Disney parks related news items that we have, and you won't get all the additional things, the ABC and the Hulu and all of that, unless it's tied into Disney parks, because we know that Disney company, it's gotten really big, and some of you may not be as interested in all of that other stuff. We are,
Right.
but we get it if you want that narrower focus. So there will not be trivia this evening. We're taking the evening off. We'll be back on Saturday. So if you are looking forward to that, come back on Saturday. Doobie, if you're in the chat, or Kyle, if you're in the chat, is there going to be a morning report tomorrow? I forgot to ask you guys before we started the show. If not, I'm going to just remind everyone, hit subscribe on the channel here. We are live throughout the week. I know we will have someone wandering around Magic Kingdom tomorrow as well. Kyle says morning shows a go. So tune in tomorrow morning to get the latest Disney headlines. Later in the day, we're going to be at, I believe it's Magic Kingdom, wandering around, sharing with you some of the sights and sounds now that holidays have arrived there. With that, I will say we will see you all next time. Thank you, Becca, as always.
Thank you.